We're gonna grab, I don't know, like a couple feet down, just guesstimate how far we have to go in, and then just go in full bore. Once I've got the basic foundations down, I got the lights up top, I got the spotlights surrounding the perimeters we've talked about before, I like to go ahead and help those nostalgic colors of Christmas stand out even more by wrapping my bushes with a little more saturated yet matching colors. So any of you who've watched my Christmas light videos, you guys know my three favorite colors to amplify on are white, green, and red. Those are just the nostalgic yet modern colors of Christmas. There's something about them, they just look so great when you combine them together. They're simplistic yet very effective, and for some reason it seems to be one that a lot of people don't really prioritize, so when you do it, it makes you stand out by tenfold. Now we're going to be speaking more on that standing out today, only this time we're going to be doing it with bush lighting. That's right, we're going to be wrapping our bushes with string lights. As we've talked about before, we use spotlights to accent the house with the red and green colors that complement the white lights that we have in the house. But one thing you can do to make them stand out a little bit more and add a little dimension or foreground, if you will, is wrap any bushes or greenery that you have in lights that are those exact same color. That brings me to where I'm sourcing the lights this year. A lot of people have been asking me, Jake, are you big into buying lights at Home Depot, or do you like to go big into buying lights commercially? So in my case, I install lights professionally for my service business. In the off season, I primarily do fertilization and mowing, but in the off season, we're actually installing lights for our customers. So I often like to source my stuff from a landscape supplier. So while I understand that for a lot of you guys who are getting into this as a DIY, or maybe you've been doing it for a while, a good thing to find is like an intermediary between those two, and that brings me to your local nursery. One of the things I like about these, you can customize what color strand you want. Maybe you're a red guy, maybe you're all about going green, maybe doing both of them. This is what the lights look like out of the box. You get red and green, that's pretty much all you get. Now, I got a couple different variations for my display you're gonna see in a minute. This is pretty much what they look like when you unroll them, stretch them out, as we talked about in the last video before actually. This is what they look like. See that? See how they got that kind of that sharp dome look? These are actually my favorite lights to get, whether they're nets or regulars, because these lights, the way they're shaped, they add like a little twinkle to your display. As you guys may remember in the last video where I talked about wrapping wreaths, I have dome lights on there as well, and they do a really great job of just adding that extra twinkle that you wouldn't get with anything taller or bigger like a regular mini light. So the dome lights are my favorite, even though I do have a little bit of both tucked in there throughout. Okay, so a little pro tip when it comes to feeding lights in and out of a tree to make it look full and lit. A lot of people, they like to just take the lights and wrap them around the tree. It's not how you do it. There's actually a way to do it that increases bulb density, if you will. So what you do is, come on over here, look at this. See how we got the bulbs fed in like this? It's actually going to be like a weaving technique. So it comes from inside the tree, we're out, we're going to pick a hook point like this, and then we're going to grab, I don't know, like a couple feet down, just guesstimate how far we have to go in, and then just go in full bore. Just like that. And we're going to do that for the whole thing all the way up to the top. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. So, see how it looks nice and full down here? As opposed to if I were to take the lights like this, you could see it kind of looks good, but we're missing that inner density inside the bush. So when you weave them in and out like that, you'll see later on in the process, it's really going to look nice and full. Make sense? One more thing I like to do once I've wrapped the lights and I've got to a certain point in height, I like to go ahead and top it off with a set or two of the net versions of the lights. I don't know, I just feel like this does a really great job of topping off the spherical bush, if you will. There's just something about the net at the top that kind of tops it off for you. Moving on to the bushes. Now, in this case, I'm just going to stick with the normal net lights because of how small they are. You don't really have to weave the lights in and out as opposed to trees. I just think it looks a lot better on the trees. But with bushes, I like to stay with the net lights. Now, if this is your first year using net lights, take your time getting them untangled. You don't want to be too frivolous with them. But the good thing being, once you get them unfolded and ready to go, there's a way we can actually put them away, which we'll probably be talking about in an upcoming video, where you don't have to worry about them being tangled again. So yeah, unwrap them, pull them over the top, get your power source, and you're good to go. Here's the tree I wrapped in red. Now, I know it didn't look pruned in that last clip I put up there because that was actually archived footage from last year. I didn't really shoot a whole lot of detailed footage this year, and I kind of regret it, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Threw a little spotlight on it, you know, to reflect the shadow accent onto the house. I think that looks kind of nice. So we got this in red and this in green. Now, here's a little something I'd like to point out. So these evergreen bushes I have here, I didn't bother weaving them because of how thick the greenery is on here. So I pretty much just wrapped it around. That's pretty much the only time I won't wrap the bushes is when they're small like this. But when it's a tree like this one that has no leaves in the winter, I like to get lights on the inside because it just makes it pop that much more. But regular bushes like these with thick greenery, I just wrap them. I did 2 strands of the green ones right there, as you can see. These are the green dome lights and they look good. And then right here, these are just net lights. Again, regular bushes, you don't need to go too crazy. A set of net lights will do. Trees, though, I think look better with regular string lights weaved in and out, kind of like when you do your Christmas tree. So that's what I did there. Now, as I was talking about earlier, this is a nice way to add a little foreground to the background that the spotlights add, because the spotlights, the ones I have, they add like a desaturated, cooler red and green, and having these kind of saturate, they're the opposite. They're oversaturated and warmer. So they add a foreground to that desaturated background. And I tried to keep with that as much as I could. Like as you can see, I got red here. I also wanted to have a little pattern. I got some green here to make these arborvitae bushes pop. These lilacs I have in red. This little boxwood, these are actually the regular green. And I do believe there's a difference. Probably can't see it very well here, but like I said, these are regular mini lights, same company, same store. Like I said, they look good, but they don't have the same twinkle that the dome lights have. So it's just something to take into consideration. Still looks good though. And then I have this pot here. Every year I go to Home Depot and I see what pots they have on sale or whatever, and that's pretty much what I got. Now this one I like because I got a little pickup truck in there. I'm a truck driver, bro. Love my pickup. So I figured that's perfect. And I just took a strand of those 50 that I showed you earlier and I just strung them on there. So very little you can do to make a big difference. So that's really cool. And then coming around here, these are winter interests, so I don't light these up. They look better unlit. More boxwoods here in green. Now kind of sticking with that pattern with a couple exceptions. Like right here I got green with a green spotlight behind. Same with that boxwood over there. And then over here, I wanted this one to pop a little bit more because it's such a big bush, so I went with red instead of green. And in my opinion, I think red being the dominant color is better than green being the dominant color, but that's just me. A lot of people like green on big bushes. For me, I like to use red, and then any small bushes I have, that's where I'll throw the greens on. Now, for instance, if I were to add more green lights, I would probably do these up in green. I just think that would make it pop. These, by the way, these are all net lights, as you can see, and I have like 5 sets of net lights on here. So that's the cool part. The net lights, there's like 5 or 6 strands on here that are interwoven with each other to cover this entire bush. Now, next year I'll probably have to show you how I do this. I think that might be cool. But yeah, just goes to show, with bushes you can get away with net lights. Trees I recommend regular lights. But yeah, there you go. When it comes to buying net lights or lights for your bushes, I'm really a big proponent of only adding it on if you're doing LEDs. If you do incandescents, it'll look nice, but I just don't think the ROI is there, because literally after a season of running the lights every night for, I don't know, 30 or 60 nights, depending on how long you leave your lights up and on for, the next year you're just going to have a lot of strands burn out, whereas these LEDs, they can run forever and you won't have any problems. And a good example of that being the lamppost that I wrapped here with the green ones. These are on all day, every day. I thought maybe plugging them into the lamppost like I did the wreaths in the last video, I thought maybe they would shut off with the lamppost to light, but no, these stay on all day, every day for the rest of Christmas. And yeah, they last. This is year number 2 on these bad boys, and haven't had any problems. So I would only suggest doing this if your display is prominently LED. Otherwise, I would skip it and do something else. But yeah, there you go. Looks great.